push it as fast as you can. It's 2-on-1. And D-Live's goal right here. Come on, come back. You're not trying to make a stand here. You're faking at him, trying to make him hold up, let your teammate come back, and then play it out all the way until we finish the play. All right, finish the play all the way. Okay, here we go. The first practice is definitely something I've had circled. And the fact that it's already has happened and we've had a lot of practices in our belt, I just think it speaks to the fact of how you have to be in the moment, because things will be here before you know it. When we come back on defense, we should be talking who has the rim and then who has ball first. I'm right here. As he starts to go away, I'm telling square, square, square. And now I'm telling him to get back in front. I'm not going to stay with 2 on the ball, okay? Ryan, you're screening for Jake on this side. Set it a little wider. Set it like right here above the block. So we got Jake. Jake could hit. If he didn't have anything, we're looking at Ryan in the post and then playing off. I'm really excited about every game we play this year. It's not like there's one game more than others. But I'm sure along the way, it just feels more real. And I know our players feel that same way, and I'm excited for each opportunity we have. Let's focus on making each other better. Okay, obviously we're trying to do a lot individually and earn our spot, but the best thing we can do, make each other better, man. That's coaches, players, all of us, all right?
Down to Hayward, tries to hook his way around. The shot is up, it is no good. The Blue Devils have won the national championship. Mission accomplished. The shot is off the rim. This one is over, and the Blue Devils have scaled basketball's tallest mountain for the 5th time, and again, sit alone at the pinnacle.
Winning national championships here has impacted my life more than I ever could have realized. One, I think I would have been miserable to be around if we had lost when I was a player. Just after going through what we did for 4 years, and it just meant that much to me. It really did. And then winning as a coach, just feeling the morning of the shoot-around against Wisconsin, working with Tyus Jones, shooting off a pick and roll, because they drop back on their ball screen coverage, and then to see him do what he did in the game is an incredible feeling. And then you see him on the cover of Sports Illustrated afterwards, after hitting one of those shots. It's an incredible bond that I'll always have with Tyus, but also just so proud of that moment. And so for me, both of them were incredible feelings, both in different ways. But it's impacted my life. I don't know, the path that I've been on since. I don't know if that happens without winning. And that's something, again, hopefully we have more to go, but special feeling for sure.
People think easy going, but he wants to compete, man. That's why he was a great player here. Not that athletic, but he was a baller, but he was competitive. And so you gotta be ready to compete with him, because he's gonna go tooth and nail and fight you to the end. And so you can battle with a guy like that every day, every night, because he's gonna bring it, and he hates to lose, man.
He brings that competitive spirit into whatever he does. He's a winner, and you only become a winner at that high of a level when you hate losing. And so to watch him compete at everything he does, it makes me better. It makes us better, because he brings passion into it, but also joy and a hunger. And so to have somebody with that type of mind, but to also have that kind of hunger, he's unstoppable.
So my initial mindset when I was young, I always wanted to coach someday, but I thought it would be after playing for the Chicago Bulls for over 10 years, and after playing at Duke and winning a national championship. And when those plans changed right when I left college, I had the eye injury. I played a couple years professionally, had a stint with the Clippers. I was in the G League, played in Israel, played in Spain. I really knew once you give it up, it's hard to go back, so you had to be sure. And Chris Collins at the time was taking the Northwestern job, and he's the one who initially reached out to me about joining his staff, and thought I'd be great. And of course, just like any big decision in my life, I talked to Wojo at some point, because he was still at Duke, and then I ended up speaking to Coach K. He said, well, if you're ready, and are you sure if this is what you want to do, then like I love Chris and love Northwestern, but you need to come back home. You need to come to Duke. That phone call from Coach really changed my life, and coming back here was the right thing. I knew I was at peace in my heart that it was the right decision, and I was ready for that change, because it's the hardest change to make as a player. You never want to give it up, but I was ready for it. And fortunately, starting young, with the goal of being a young head coach, that dream ended up coming true.
You know, his basketball career and not finishing like he would have wanted, but I don't know that, you know, he's a baller now. He's a definite baller, but I don't know if, you know, his dream of playing in the NBA could have been equal to coaching Duke. You know, I'm not sure about that. I think this is a really special type deal that, you know, it really comes around like once in a lifetime. You know, who would have known when Coach K was going to retire and that John would just kind of move into that position, and he's earned it. And it's really cool to see.
Really, we're lucky to get him this early in his life. You know, he should still be playing professional basketball, but after an injury, his pro career was cut short, and it gave him an opportunity to get here. And I latched on to him right away, because I knew he was going to be terrific, and as good as I thought he was going to be, he's better. And in the last few years, he's been my right-hand person and my associate, and he just has a great feel for the game, really good with people, outstanding recruiter, and has a humility, but also he has a competitiveness that I like.
I think there's a lot of things I could point to that I've learned from Coach K. I mean, if we had 3 hours, or we went out to dinner, I could still tell you all the things, and then we have to go out to dinner again. There's many stories, but for me, the biggest lesson that I've taken away, and I think I'm wired the same in this, but he's shown me firsthand how you have to be when you're the leader of a team or you're the head coach, and that's always to look in the mirror before looking at others. And look, he was demanding as a coach. I mean, he would expect a lot from you, and it was fair at the end of the day, but he would be even more demanding on himself. And so after a loss, he would first think about the decisions that he made, his talk to the team, everything that he did, and was it on par? Did it live up? Whether it did or didn't, then he could take that and then look at the rest of the team, look at our staff, and that's the thing I give him the most credit for. He's not somebody that points a finger. He's all about how can I be better, and then figure out how our team can be better.
I am thrilled to be here along with President Price and Kevin White to introduce John as our next Duke men's basketball head coach. Simply put, John Scheyer is Duke. As you know, he came to Duke in 2006 and enjoyed an outstanding career as a student athlete. His blood, sweat, and tears are in these hardwoods. As a player and now an associate head coach, John has been learning from and has been mentored by the very best in Coach Mike Krzyzewski. He is a teacher and mentor in his own right, passionate about the student-athlete experience both on and off the court. John knows what it takes to achieve excellence. He's a national champion, a smart, competitive, driven leader with a great vision for the future of Duke men's basketball. There's no doubt that he will continue to build upon Coach Krzyzewski's legacy while carrying us into the future.
I went into it thinking John Scheyer, the player, because it was really hard to put that out of my mind. I mean, I had known him as a player, but he was just so impressive, so prepared for the interview, and answered the questions great. And just in my mind, I wanted to know how is he going to take the program and make it his own and differentiate himself from K, and how would he be able to move us forward post Coach K era, and I think he's really done that well.
Hey. Coaching on the floor, it's not just knowing what needs to be done, it's how do you explain and articulate to the other 5 people on the court now where they know what needs to be done. And it's different from knowing and different from explaining and teaching. And I found that with how I talk to players, how you communicate. Is it the same voice every time? Is it different tones? And are you clear? And that's something over the first couple of years, I was fortunate to be thrown into the fire. After year 1, Wojo got the Marquette job. And I think I did enough in that first year where Coach saw there was an incredible hunger. I was fortunate he handed me the backcourt. So I worked with our guards every single day. That first year we won the national championship. And I was lucky to be coaching guys like Tyus Jones and Matt Jones and Grayson Allen and Justice Winslow. And they spoiled me a little bit because there was a special group, but it also prepared me for how to advance in the profession.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Gatorade and our commitment to fuel tomorrow. By Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. And by Coke Zero Sugar. With zero sugar and refreshingly delicious, is Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself.
I need to try it first.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
And they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
Send no blitz. Send no blitz.
Start playing and never stop playing. You get the most from the game when you're having fun.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
A big bow box says a lot about a person. Like they have a mighty hunger, a powerful thirst, and take tailgating very seriously. Game day and beyond, grab a football-ready big bow box.
I need to try it first.
Looking to the left, instead he'll drive at the free throw line. Looking inside, not there, out for more, 5 to shoot. Now Roach, a 3-ball. Good! Big time for Roach, and the lead is 4. 1:07 to go, timeout, Michigan State.
That last NCAA March Madness run was some of the best moments of my life. And I will never forget that. And always when you play good, you're always going to carry that confidence. So last year we made it to the Final Four. So coming into this year, I'm hungry to win, to get back to that same stage. So just coming in with that mindset and trying to get these guys to have that same mindset. Obviously, it won't be to the level of how I had it because they haven't experienced it yet. But just kind of informing them what's to come, what to be ready for, and stuff like that.
I think his confidence has grown since the end of last year, and what that tournament run did for him, you can tell he's always had a good way about him, but you feel a different level of not just hoping that he can do it, but he knows he can do it now, and that's translated to how he's showing up every single day in practice, and we need that to continue because he's really the only guy we have that has done it here at that level.
And now Moore, 7 to shoot, on the drive, a kick out for Roach, his 3, big time! Jeremy Roach dials it up, and the lead is 6.
Jeremy has always been a hard worker. That's the one thing with him. You can't keep him out of the gym. I'm telling you, man, this dude, I've been around a lot of guys. He's right up there in terms of the work he puts in. Playing good, he's in the gym. Not playing as well as he would like to play, he's in the gym. He's always trying to figure out shot, handle, tape, I mean, he's a worker, and that hasn't stopped. But the one thing that's changed is he's starting to become more vocal.
I knew he was good. I just didn't know he was as good as he has been. Throughout the summer and throughout the fall, he's been really good for us. And kind of the biggest thing, the next step for him is just being a leader and being able to lead this team and realizing how big a voice he has, because he is the one person on the team who really had a significant role last year with the Final Four team. So we really need him to be vocal and lead everybody and bring everybody together and kind of be, an extension of the coaching staff. For the most part, I was just kind of leading by example, kind of just making sure I was good. Not like I wasn't focused on the whole team, but at the same time I was focused on what I needed to do. But now this year it's kind of what the team needs to do. And they kind of see me as the big bro on the team. So if I'm doing something wrong, and then they're gonna probably look at it. So this leadership role makes me lock in a lot more, and it makes me better, because I have to be on my P's and Q's at all time.
We need him to do everything on the floor, and we need him to score. We need him to play make for others, and we need him to defend, all while probably playing a lot of minutes. And so my biggest challenge for him is not to skip steps. Have great attention to detail, because he's been there before. I mean, he's just been there. We're in the Final Four. He's our starting point guard, and again, it'll be that way this year. And he's done a really good job of that. And just want him to be fully aggressive. Just be yourself, be you, go for it. And then I'll go to bat. I'll have your back any day of the week.
Just one thing that Scheyer always says, I mean, he's been saying this since my freshman year, like, I always believe in you, like, just that's big to me, just to know that my coaching staff has my back. Even though when you feel like you're not actually doing your best, you're not playing your best, and he still comes up to you and says, I believe in you, like, that's something I'll always remember.
It was an easy decision. I had the team vote on captains, and every single player on the team voted for Jeremy, and so did our staff. And we all looked to him. He's the guy we want leading us, and I'm really proud of the strides that he's made in 2.5 years here, and I know he's got more to go.
Since being here, he's sort of helped me on and off the court, just getting a feel of everything. And then on the court, he's been great, just teaching me little things, just trying to get me more involved. He's a great leader. I think all the boys are getting impacted by him on the court, and then just off the court, just being good friends, and just him showing me around and just getting a feel of the culture, like you said.
Duke Basketball 360, presented by Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires.
Who will it be? It'll be Jeremy Roach, but drives and lays it in to make it a 3-point game.
I think this play right here, actually, it was the Gonzaga game in Vegas, big time scene, 30-something thousand in there. I think we were up 1 with like 40 seconds left. Made a little jab step and then hit the left-hand layup to put us up 3. That was the beginning of the year, but that was like, that moment kind of like raised my confidence a little bit, just to know that I was kind of ready for the big moment.
Roach on the drive, got inside, off the window and in, and the lead is 3. A spectacular display, and Duke wins it 84-81.
I know the car accident wasn't technically your fault. But we, as the insurance company,
deny this claim.
We might fix your car.
But medical bills?
Pain and suffering?
Lost wages?
You're asking for a lot.
Oh, you've got a lawyer.
This conversation is over.
Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
Behind every adventure is the road that got you there. Behind every passion are the tools that make it happen. And behind every Ford truck and SUV is a Carolina Ford dealer going the extra mile, finding the vehicle you're looking for. It's our commitment to your journey. That's what it means to be True Blue. New inventory is arriving daily. For great offers on a new Ford truck or SUV, go to buyfordnow.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Be creative down there, all right? But make it game-like. Same thing this time. When you get out to the corner,
you get downhill, pound dribble, right back, all right? Good, ready, get ready, shot. Ready, shot. Ready.
I feel really lucky with the staff that we have. You know, Chris and I, we've been through a lot together. You know, when I was a player here, he was on staff, coaching together, personal life off the court, and he's somebody, when you're in the trenches, you want Chris Carroll with you. He's got a great mind for the game. He's played every position you could possibly play, and he knows me. So being our associate head coach, I'm lucky to have him in that role. And then Jay Lucas, to get Jay from Kentucky, he's also coached at Texas. He's coached for other really good coaches, and his the diversity of perspective and opinion is something that I really value. And so just for Jay to have that, you know, it's been eye-opening for me. And he's been in charge of our defense. He does a great job. He gets after those guys. And, you know, we've really have been clear on the habits and the responsibilities that our players should need. And then he's great with relationships. You know, he's just really personable. He's good to everybody around here. He's great in recruiting. He's great with our players. And then to get Emil Jefferson at age 29, being a couple years removed from playing the NBA, he's played in Europe, played in the G League, won a national championship here. He knows me, and he's a great teacher on the floor. There's nobody else in the country that has an Emil Jefferson. I'll put that up against anybody. And so we're lucky to have him. And then just the teamwork that they all have. It's not about individual, you know, attention or anything like that. It's all about the team, all about the staff and what the staff needs at that moment. So we're lucky to have those guys, and we'll continue to grow together.
Good, step in, wait, step in, need it.
The most important thing was working with John. Of course, I understood what Duke was and everything they've done in college basketball, but also I think a big part of it was John and what I think he is and what I think he can be, and where I think he has this program going and trying to continue the success that's already been built here.
Start playing and never stop playing. You get the most from the game when you're having fun.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
At Therabody, we believe that everybody deserves a chance to keep going, keep dancing, keep celebrating, and reuniting.
It's never too late to rise. You got that fire in you. It's never too late to rise.
Because everybody is a Therabody.
There's a reason every Odyssey is named after the Odyssey. Because the world's most famous story isn't about staying put. It's about being there. So for those who want a story to tell, we have a world full of places to start.
A big bow box says a lot about a person. Like they have a mighty hunger, a powerful thirst, and take tailgating very seriously. Game day and beyond, grab a football-ready big bow box.
It's showtime, it's your time. It's game time, it's go time. You got one shot at a gold mine. It's showtime, it's your time. It's game time, it's go time. You got one shot at a gold mine. It's showtime.
When I look at our team this year, we have a lot of new, clearly, but we have a veteran guard back in Jeremy Roach who, really we rely on him to bring a lot to the table for us. And then adding the veterans and Jacob Grandison, Ryan Young, and then we're adding some young, really good players who are figuring out how to succeed at the college level. But our mindset and our message from the beginning has been about defense and rebounding. If we can be a really good defensive team, we have great rim protection inside. We can really guard in the perimeter, and we're going to be able to score the ball. We may have a different leading score every game. I think there's a lot of different ways we can score and hurt you on the offensive end, but really the emphasis has been on defense, rebounding, and then the mentality of our team. Where some of the things that I've looked back at my time playing here, coaching here, where we don't stop. No matter if we get knocked back, if we have a game we don't play as well, where we just keep coming at you. And I think the depth on our team can help with that. But that's my main message for the team. Defense and rebounding, play together on offense, and let it out there. Can't be where we're going into games tight or not wanting to make a mistake. Go after it, be aggressive, and defend. We definitely want to play fast and push on makes and misses, and that doesn't mean we're shooting as fast as we possibly can, but we do want to put pressure on the defense. And then on the defensive end, we really want to protect our paint, and that can mean we're still pressuring the ball, but it's not where that paint has to mean something to us, and we've emphasized that. And of course, playing fast isn't easy, right? Because if you play fast, the tendency is to just take the first good shot that you have, or just to take the quickest shot, when really you're pushing where you may have an opportunity to shoot fast, and that's fine, but what's the best shot for that team on that possession? And that's something we've coached a lot, and we're still learning, and we have a long way to go, but we feel that's the best place for our team to ultimately get to.